or 0 if an error. So current time is returned in a second. It returns every second, that's for sure, but I think it's not 1. So the value is not 1, I think. And that's why we can multiply it by 10 and have it go really fast and faster than plus 10. I originally thought we are just giving the value 1, so we can add 1 and we get 11 and multiply by 10 and we get 10. But it clearly doesn't work like that. We can have it 100 and have it 100 times faster. And we have it 100 times faster. It's rotating, it's in the sideways, it's smaller, and instead of rotating on x-axis, I'm gonna rotate it, z-axis, I'm gonna rotate it in x-axis instead of z-axis, because I wanna see how it looks. It would look really stupid. Yep, looks stupid. You know what, let's rotate it on y-axis. I'm rotating right now on y-axis, as you can see. This is the y-axis, and if I do like x and y-axis, then it's gonna rotate on diagonal, and you can see it. It's on diagonal because it's doing x and y at the same time. And if I do z as well, then it's gonna do a little bit of a different. It's hard for me to imagine that, but it will be rotating on all 3 axes at the same time. And as you can see, it's rotating at the x-axis, y-axis, and the z-axis, all 3 axes at the same time. And this is how it looks like when you rotate this thing on z-axis. And as I was saying before, this is a 2D image, and this is the clear visual proof of that it's 2D. It has like x and y, but it doesn't have z. If it would have had z, then it would have been like extended like this when it was rotating, and it would like rotate it. So we have this. I change the order a little bit. We first rotate and then scale. So all I'm gonna do is grab this and put it above, because we have to rotate first and then translate. I'm not sure about scaling those, so I'm just gonna leave this one as it is. Let's do this and see what happens. Okay, we get a little bit of a weird funky behavior. What is this supposed to be? What is this thing doing? Okay, so instead of first translating, we first rotate this thing and then translate it. Okay, and this is, by the way, rotating on all 3 axes at the same time, x, y, and z, and it looks like that. And when we rotate, it's rotate and translating, it changes its position to, well, this, but apparently it doesn't really work. Center of this thing, it does shift to this location, so we are translating it, but since we are rotating it first, it's rotating on the center. So it's rotating on 0, but we are shifting the location to this. So that's what happens when you rotate first. When you rotate first, it does changes the location, but it will still rotate on the 0 axis. And scaling did down scale it, which was awesome. I wonder what will happen if I like scale first. Let's see. Let's see. Only one way to find out is by doing it. Alright, so we have another weird funky behavior. We first made it smaller. We have another problem because this is the center and this point is the center, and since we made it smaller first, it got smaller and then we rotated the thing, so it started rotating instead of this corner over here because we made it smaller first. So center changed and then we rotated this thing and then we are well translating it. So we have problems like this because of that. So I guess ordering does matters a lot. What if we rotate first and then scale it? Then what? Okay, we are first rotating and then scaling and then we are translating at the last to this position. Let's see what happens. And we have somewhat the same behavior. Here we are rotating it first and then scaling it, basically down scaling it and then while rotating this thing. So let's do the translating first and then rotate and then scale. So the result should be very normal and similar to the how it's supposed to be. And as you can see, this is exactly how it's supposed to be. If it's hard to notice, then I'm gonna change the rotation to just x-axis. So it would be a lot, my bad, just z-axis, because x would be very difficult to notice. So just z-axis should be easy to notice the difference. And if you can notice this, then you will be noticing that there isn't any difference to notice. So order does matter, I guess. And I'm scaling it first now to see. We first translate, then scale, and then rotate. Alright, let's see what happens now. There shouldn't be any difference, honestly, but still, let's see. And as you can see, there isn't a difference because either we make it rotate first or we make it bigger first. It really doesn't matter because either way it's gonna rotate, because we first make it smaller and then rotate, or we start rotating it and then make it smaller. It really doesn't matter. I'm just gonna keep it like this. And well, I wanna try doing something like this. I wanna try doing this and see what will happen if I do this. Do we have like overlap? And I can't really tell the difference. All right, so this one's gonna have one, this one's gonna have one as well. Is it gonna give an error? Probably will, or maybe it just won't display at all. All right, so we are doing it over here. We have this one BAO, and we have this triangle 6 unsigned and 0. Okay, so let's see what happens. It's still student draw, but I wanna see, and it's not drawing. And the reason why is that none. Uniform transform here. Should I just assign the exact same value here, or should I just go for like new value? I think I wanna transform one false value BTR transform. Yeah, I'm gonna do this vertex header transform dot this. Transform is a matrix mat4, so it's not a vector, by the way, so it's gonna be a bit difficult to deal with it. And I'm using the exact same value here, and I need to use transform. So one way to do it would be put this thing between this, and what I need to do is change the location, right? I need to, I don't need to downscale it anymore. I need to use the exact same thing. What I need to do is change the location, and then rotate this thing. I need to rotate this thing as well, right? So let's copy this code here, and let's do this because transform, we're gonna need the location to be top, right? So it's gonna be x would be in negative and y should be in positive. We have a different location, and we are still down scaling it. I don't think I need to use this scale one because it should, okay, maybe I do need to use it, maybe. And before that, maybe I need to like free this thing, clear it, so I can like use it again. Each time it's getting recreated and reinitialized, but here I'm not doing it. But I can reinitialize it. I can do that. Or maybe I can just use brand new one. You know what? That sounds like a way better idea than doing this. Leave this thing where it is. Let's call it one, and one, 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 and that's it. We're done. Both of them are initialized, and here I'm using just one different location, down scaling it, and then rotating at the exact same speed, I guess. I don't know, maybe let's have a variable speed, and rotate this thing also on z axis to make it easier to notice. Maybe we don't need to do it that way. Maybe, just maybe, I don't need to do it. Let me just one and one. I think instead of using this, I think I want to use this. And here I'm sending the exact data onto, and I'm sending one now. I'm using the exact same thing. Let's see how it works. And nope, not quite what I expected. How how am I supposed to use this thing to draw again? Where is that draw function? Uh, 6 and 0. Let's have it as 1 and see. Oh no, this one must be 0. I forgot. Now, real element control and indices. So we have the coordinate exactly the same. triangles we have 6, and we're gonna use tail on some integer, and exact same thing twice. Have this in that. Let's use just one. It changed its location. Alright. So we first have that, and then we have this. So instead of using this, we send this, and we display both at the same time. We do one here and send the data of one in the one from one. So we have yes over here, this one ready, and we have this one also ready. So the problem with this is that I cannot just do that. So I'm gonna grab this thing and put it over there and remove this part. We don't just reset our GL position, and let's see if it works or not. Should work theoretically, but and yeah, I guess it doesn't work. I'm not sure how it's supposed to work. It's I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Do I need to use this thing twice? I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't think I do. We're trying all over again, exact same thing twice, and yep, it doesn't do shit. Okay, and we are not doing anything with the first one. We have our transform, and we send the transform to the transform one, and we have our transform one here. Send it to the transform one. Transform one. We have transform into transform one into our position, which is clearly not how it's working. It's not supposed to be like this. Do I need to use mix here? Maybe. Let's see. But no. We don't need to give mix. Giving mix would like cause another problem. Like it would change the location completely. No. This is not okay. Mix or even multiplying itself changes the position. I don't think this is a solution to this. And it is just one matrix. And I'm gonna uh, updating and pointing VAO and run the element. How what I draw this thing over here? We first do this, the first one here, and the second one here. We do this, right? Let it come there, and do it over here. We do this, and then we draw. We draw and we do the second one with one, and we use again the same one and send the second value, and then we draw again. Let's see how this works. And it works. And it works. They get the two of them with two different varying speed, and this is the solution to this. I can have it rotate on two different axes, and both of them are currently on the same axis, but our speed is, as you can see, varying. So this is Z, and I'm downscaling it the same, keeping the downscaling the same. And the reason why is because, well, if I make it, actually, you know what? So scale, downscale. I'm gonna make it from 5 to 4, 4, and I'm gonna rotate to X, Y, Z axis, the second one, and position is this perfect. And that one, it's a bit slow, so I'm gonna make it fast as well. Where is it? Load times 10. Let's make it 50. It should be at least 5 times higher. And have it. I'm using Z axis, so it's going like back and forth, so that's why it looks smaller and bigger. So it looks smaller when it's far away from us, and it looks bigger when it's like closer to us. And the reason why, because the image itself, the texture itself that I'm drawing on the rectangle is 2D, but the plane itself is 3D. So we are rendering basically a 2D shape in 3D plane, and that's why it goes back and forth, because I'm rotating this thing on Z axis. Because OpenGL works this way, it just renders things in 3D plane instead of 2D plane. So it renders even the 2D objects in 3D plane, and we can have something like this because of that, which looks really cool. And if you don't know what OpenGL is, then OpenGL basically think of this as a library that allows you to control your graphic card hardware, and allows you to like render stuff using graphic card rather than CPU. So normally when you use to render things, it uses your CPU rather than GPU. So OpenGL is basically a graphic library that allows you to control your graphic card to render things on the screen, like what I'm doing right now. It's basically rendering using my GPU. And if you're wondering what GPU I have, then you can see I have a decently powerful one. It can handle most tasks I need to do. NVIDIA GTX 1650, and you can see it's going for 3D and video. I'm not sure why it's doing that. And this is the integrated one that comes with my processor. And I have this processor i5-10300H with 2.5 gigahertz, boost clock up to 4 gigahertz. So this is also decently fast. Not that good, but decently fast because it has only like 4 cores. So it's not bad at least. Anyway, so